Hello and welcome back. It's been a little while since I uploaded last. You might wonder why I'm reverted back to this default texture pack and where we are. I kind of wanted to give a little update video. A lot has changed since I last uploaded a video on YouTube, and so I kind of wanted to take a look at what I had done in the past before I moved forward in more videos. So this is the first world I ever played on. It was back, I'd say 1.2 or 1.3, so it's an old world. You might notice that this chunk here is kind of screwed up, and that's because this was back when you had to back up your world and you would lose bits and pieces of your world when each update came out. So it was really inconvenient, and but that's how I kept this world. So this is the first place I ever built over here. I mean, I had no clue what I was doing in the game whatsoever. So I've got this little pillar with light. Let's go ahead and cook these pork chops. I might edit that out, but whatever. So, I basically dug this hole out to guard myself through the night and just journeyed deeper down into this little mine or cave. There actually weren't abandoned mine shafts. It's been a while since I played this world, so I don't really remember a whole lot about it. Ooh, what's up, Skelly? I really need some tools. Okay, this is a bad idea. I might die. I'm so used to having like a full set of armor on and like diamond weapons and stuff, I don't really think about what I'm doing. I don't remember, I just have an iron pick, and now I'm lost. Alright, I will recap once I get back up to the surface. So I found this little water exit of where I was. Ooh, I'm under ice. Crap. Gosh, this really sucked. Alright, so we were over there, I guess. Alright, so there's not much to see on what I first started out on, but this place up here means a lot to me, and it was really the first huge build that I ever had. A little window here that I could peek out and see mobs at night. It's nothing compared to what I used to have, but when I first started playing this was a big deal to me, to be able to look out and see mobs. I don't know, you might not make anything of it, but it was pretty cool to me. I was amazed when half slabs came out, so I had to redo all of this. I had a little balcony here I could look out. I really need some weapons. I'm just gonna make a quick sword here because I didn't realize this would be such a pain. Okay, so I actually just changed the difficulty to peaceful. I thought that was a better option. I mean, I'm not really interested in surviving right now. I just want to kind of show you what I did. So let's go up to the top here. Alright, so this is where I spent most of my time, up here, safe, well lit. I could look down at all this icy stuff. You'll see when I show you the next world that this all actually got fixed somehow. So the scenery kind of changes. I had no organization at all with my chests. I'm going to go ahead and take all this stuff. And actually, you notice how this pork was. Pork didn't used to stack. That was a really big deal to me in the game. Hopefully some of you that are watching this remember all these things that are in the game now that didn't used to exist. The game has changed so much since 1.2 or 1.3. So my idea for this base was to make a big castle, 4 pillars. Go figure, start playing Minecraft, build a cobblestone castle. I'm sure a lot of people have done that before. This thing over here became a lookout tower. and it was built out of dirt because I didn't really care what it looked like. I just wanted to be up high so that I could see the landscape around and see where I wanted to go. I'm not sure what's over at those towers. Generally what would happen is I would mine underground, and then I would come out at different areas, and I'd leave these towers so I could get back to where I had been. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next upgrade to this world when I continued working on it. I just wanted to show you this because it's a backup that I had, and it wasn't really developed yet. Okay, so this was the first upgrade to my world. We'll go over here and look out at the scenery again. You can see I got my chunk back to where it was. And actually now seeing it, I think that this was actually an error, that the land is actually here. I don't think the land was supposed to be here. So my staircase, this is all pretty much the same. I had a few creeper explosions, cleared a little bit of stuff out. I learned how to use pressure plates, and I had several different bases here. Let's go make sure this is still on peaceful. Alright. So I carved out this entire courtyard here, and I had a mine down here. I had a cactus farm. It was the first farm I had ever made that was pretty automated, and I was really excited to put it in my world. If you're wondering why I'm kind of jetting forward, I actually have fly mod installed right now, so it's a lot easier just to move forward. You can see I would sit here and collect this cactus. It's automated there. Ah, screw it. Let's go ahead and turn fly on. So a lot of you may remember this build. When the cactus goes a step higher, it just falls off and breaks into the water. And you've got these blocks here with signs that allow you to grow more cactus in the middle. It's a pretty common thing. I think a lot of people have done this. It was just one of the coolest farms I had ever seen. I didn't really play too much or watch too many YouTube videos when I had this world. You can see the lighting glitch is kind of screwed up here. Again, there is no organization to my chests. That one had some cobble, some gravel. Oops. That one's got nothing in it now. This one, just all kinds of crap. TNT, diamond. Those are probably the same 2 diamond I had before. I'll take the armor, I guess. Put that on. So anyway, let's go down. I had a water break here. Another thing I was pretty excited about were water breaks. This would take you down to this base here. This was probably the most recent thing I started doing. At one point I did have a lot more valuables in this world. But like I said, I hadn't played that much. I didn't have much experience. That's what I came up with. So let's journey out to the different bases that I built. I was experimenting using different types of blocks. I'm pretty sure sandstone always existed in the game. I don't think that was something that was new whenever I played. But I had this base. Why I cut it out this way, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about that base. There's not a whole lot to it. All these towers served as landmarks to help me get back to where I was. This place here was the first mine cart rail system I had built. I'm not sure why I had a furnace and stuff out in the middle of nowhere. Let's see, is there actually a cart on the rail? No. And I don't have a cart on me. Alright, well, whatever. We'll just act like we're riding it. This place here, I had to check to see if I had a minecart. This place was the first place that I had found diamond in the game. I kind of laugh at that now. It's kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. I guess yeah, I didn't really care to collect diamond. I didn't know that the tools were so much better with diamond back when I played this. So I made a big diamond out of it. I tried to have something kind of neat with the water flowing down and the torches sitting everywhere. You could go in here, which I think I made a door over here. Yeah. So you could go in here, and this is how you could get down. And I did not have fly mod installed. I used ladders. There's probably different levels of everything that I was finding. Let's see. And this may also be where I had found my first dungeon, which is a pretty big deal. Back then, a dungeon was just a mob spawner. I don't even know that... Yeah, they didn't have cobble around them then. They were just spawners in the middle of nowhere. Where that is exactly, I have no clue. I didn't really put a lot of planning into this video, if you couldn't tell. But it is fun to kind of reminisce and go back on stuff that you built a long time ago. So the one last spawner, let's go take a look at that. And this is probably the only spawner I have found. One thing you might notice, I love the fact that you could light another brick or another rack on fire, and it would just sit there and burn. My first portal is over here. Getting a little sidetracked here. Alright, so let's go look at my spawner. And you'll probably laugh when you see how I got to the spawner. Let's see. Oh, this isn't the spawner, but it's a big room I carved out. Nice little chandelier looking things. I just said chandelier. Why? I don't know. Chandelier. Oh, here it is. To monster spawn. Cool. It's down here. Where the heck? Okay, so I don't remember this at all. Oh. This is the main entrance of my door. I don't know if you remember the last video that none of this was here. Okay. So, let's go see the monster spawn. It's always fun to have a nice water break. Alright, and the spawner was in here. I don't even have a pick. Alright, so I made myself a quick pick here. This was my mob spawner. Oh, wow. There is mossy cobble around it. Maybe I'm crazy. I really didn't remember mossy cobble being around this. Let's go ahead and make some torches here. You can see what would have been a mob there. Okay. I've got torches. And what I would do, the mobs would spawn. You can tell that this isn't very efficient at all. Mobs would spawn and walk over here. Let's take a look at what these are. It's a skeleton. And that's a skeleton. Man, if only I had these in my main world now that I play on. What a cool spawner that would be. It's so hard for me to find a skeleton spawner. But the mobs would lead over this way, and I would either shoot them or attack them. I used to have lava right here. And other stuff would spawn on here just because it was dark. But, you know, XP didn't exist then. All that you got from killing a mob was the items. So a double skelly spawner was actually pretty cool to have. So let's head back up and take a look at the rest of my base. This over here, kind of interesting, was my first mob grinder, and it was fully automated. Ooh, a sword. You know, this, I think I got the idea from Etho. Let's go take a look. Ooh, we are in. It got really dark. Alright. Let's put a little light. I'm not sure how dark this will come out in the video. So, I'm not sure how many of you will remember this mob spawner, but this used to work. You had all these channels of water that would carry the mobs to a central point, lift them all the way up. It didn't matter how many blocks you were away as long as you were in the same chunk, and these mobs would come back up. So they'd be forced down here, kind of like I am. This was crazy with all these switches and signs. Eventually, they would come up. Ooh, I don't want to die. I can't actually die. They'd come up and they'd get channeled into that lava, which only hit their head, and all of the items would fall out here. It obviously wouldn't work at this point with the version of Minecraft that I have, but that's what it was. My dude totally looks like a football player right now with his iron armor. So anyway, keep a lookout for some new videos here in the near future. I want to kind of take a look at some of the servers, the SMP servers that I've played on. I've got an old world of Hollow Nation for those of you interested. I started playing on Metrocraft. I played on a server called Awesome Sauce that a friend recommended to me. Their website is Continuum Gaming or something like that. So I'm going to do some tours on the servers that I've played on, what I've built there. And as you might know, Hollow Nation has come back recently. We've started it up again. I'm actually an admin on that server, and so I have access to world edit and all that stuff. And as I build on that server, I want to kind of give tutorials on how I do what I do. That sounded funny. And you know, that way you can see what it's like to use world edit. Maybe you have a server of your own that you want to learn how to use those tools on. And that's about it. Eventually I will show you some more of my single player world. It has evolved a little bit since last video. A lot actually, it's evolved. I don't play on it as much anymore because I'm on servers, but it's still fun. So see you all soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's a little bit lengthy. I know I can be very chatty sometimes, so excuse that, and happy mining. See you next time.